Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. Today's exciting episode is going to be a fabric haul. I was going to make a handbag, but I haven't actually made the handbag yet. So we're going to have a fabric haul.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
Well, I've been working on this jacket. I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it the Barbie jacket or, I don't know, the pink. I've been calling it the hot pink metallic. But I don't know. I prefer one-word names, so I am not sure. Anyway, I've been working on it and it is so chock full of flowers now. It's almost done. I think I've got about 10 flowers left to go. Just on the shoulder blades, I'll show you it from all sides because I have put so much time and effort into this jacket, goddammit. Anyway, point is, I spent so much time working on this jacket, all my sewing time in the past week really, that I haven't yet done a handbag, which was going to be my next video. So I'm going to have to show you a fabric haul, because I have fabric that you haven't seen yet. And oh, see, these are little spikes of little strings of seed beads, and then you anchor them with one at the end, and then you put your needle back down, thread it back down through the whole lot. And I've also got some little tulips, and it's very three-dimensional. That shoulder there was the bit that I still have a little bit to go on. Anyway, and here are the ones that I have left. I'm not sure I'm going to use these big pink daisies, but I just used them on the sleeve and I have a few left. So perhaps, I'm not sure. Anyway, my next project is going to be this is my one and only Valentino handbag. And instead of buying a classic black or classic red one, I bought a fluoro green one because of course, and it's a rock stud handbag. That's why it's got those little silver bits on there. And I'm just using that as my sort of model because I want to make a base one that can be flat. You know how you make a cube out of a bit of paper and it's just flat and then you stick the sides together and it becomes a cube? I want to do the same thing but with netting and then embellish it and then stitch them all together. But it's proving a little complex. Anyway, so fabric haul. I've got loads of fat quarters because they're on sale, so of course. And I've got some fabrics as well. I wasn't really going to buy anything this year, but I have obviously bought a few things. So this is Remnants and it's a cotton voile. So it's quite thin but sturdy cotton. And I just thought it was really pretty and they only had half a yard of it left. And yeah, it's quite thin. So I don't know what I'll use it for. But it's just really pretty, so I got it. And yeah, I mean, it goes so beautifully with my Valentino Rockstar handbag that I just showed you. So it will probably end up in the skirt of a layer cake dress, knowing me. But I love the green. It's so pretty. Okay, next up we have, this is a disappointment in my life. The top one that looks white is actually silver. So the lame, apparently I say it wrong, whatever. It's metallic fabric in silver. But as I just showed you with my hot pink metallic jacket that I've been making with the flowers on it, like it looks beautiful, but it's just an absolute nightmare to work on. Anytime you can sort of see how heavy each bead is. Like it really, the stress of any weight can be seen really clearly on it. And the point of my jackets is, yes, they do have a lot of beads and they can weigh them down, but the whole point is that they're supposed to look weightless and they're supposed to look effortless. If someone looks at it and thinks, gosh, that must have taken a long time to make, then it kind of defeats the purpose. It's like a ballerina when you think, oh my God, that jump took so much effort. It's supposed to look effortless. Anyway, I've also got it, so I don't know what I'm going to do with the silver one. I'll figure something out eventually, but I also got it in red, but this one will not be wasted because I've got this other tweed that is so gappy and it's more like a weave than like it's a really, really loose weave. and I've decided that I'm going to put the metallic underneath it. So you can't really tell that it's metallic, but it just, I don't know, because the actual wool tweed is sort of a really dark red as well as pink, but you can't see the pink when the tweed is by itself. But if you have the red underneath it, it really brings out all the colours and differentiates all the colours. So I like that. So that one will not be wasted. And this, again, it's just half a yard. It was on the remnants section. And I just think these roses are really beautiful. It's a sort of khaki gold, that little shadow around the edge. And again, I think I'll probably use this as just a layer in a layer cake dress, or like the last dress that I made, something like that, but in dark winter colours. So yeah, I've got some beautiful cottons that are navy base, and just, the mountain one, if you know what I mean. And if you saw some of my fabric hauls during December, the mountainside one and the autumn one on the navy cotton base, I think I'll probably mix this one in as well, because I've got 2 yards of one, 2 yards of the other, and that would be half a yard as well. So that would be really nice. And now I've got two, what are they called? Cords, but pin cords? Not pin cords, the one where it's like halfway between a pin cord and a regular cord, whatever. That's what this is. And I got red because I'm going to do there's the French movie Amélie, where everything is green or red. I was going to make a jacket out of that for that month. And this one is black, and I just got this because I've got loads of beads that or designs in mind that require a black base. And I do have like a couple of black tweeds, but I also wanted a cord as well. And this is a Liberty of London cotton print, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I guess it looks like a sofa from a fabric sofa from the 1980s or something, from a movie from the 1980s or something, or curtains. But I don't know, I really like it. It's just so unusual. So it's black and white and grey with a beige base and some apricot highlight flowers. And it's, I guess it sounds hideous, but I don't know, I really like it. I've got a couple of Chanel tweeds in these exact colours. And actually, I've got an Oscar de la Renta tweed in these colours too. It's so beautiful. And I do have the same design in a different colourway. I love that. You've already seen that one. I showed it to you right at the start of January, I think. And I love this one, but I love those big pink roses, and the tulips are absolutely gorgeous. It's the same in here, but you really have to search for them. That one is more obvious. I love it, but this one, I don't know. I guess it reminds me of newsprint as well, and I don't know, there's just something about it. I love both of them for very different reasons. I have 2 yards, and I also have 2 yards of this other grey and white fabric, so I might mix the two together. And not sure why I'm showing you my tweeds. Oh, because clearly I have enough khaki tweeds, but I bought this boiled wool in army green or olive, and it's just beautiful. And I've never actually worked with a boiled wool before. So yes, here are my olive tweeds, or khaki. So I clearly have enough of them, but I just thought that would be nice to have a plain coloured one. And then I also bought this other wool that is, so this one is, I like that colour. I think I've got a couple of designs in mind, and that's the exact colour that I needed for them, or that design. And this one is a dark olive green. The back is black felt, and this is dark olive green, and then I've got the army green. This one looks more black, unless you've got it near black, then it looks a bit green. But it's a bit dark, but I'll still use it. Anyway, so we only have 2 cottons left, and then we've got all the fabric quarters. I think I'll leave them for another day. So I've got 2 yards of each of these. This one, it's like the canopy of a tree or like a evergreen forest, and I really love it. And then this one is spring, so it's just got some forget-me-nots, some budding willow and some birds. I think there might be sparrows, maybe not, and as well as some bulbs. So there's some daffodils there. And yeah, I've decided I'm going to make a vintage style dress out of these. So just a straight normal bodice, and then 3 tiers of the skirt, 2 yards, 4 yards, 8 yards loops of fabric. And yeah, but I think I'm going to do the daffodil fabric. Obviously it's supposed to go up and down, but I think I'm going to turn it sideways. I know that means that the birds will be sitting sideways, but you can't really see the birds. They sort of just look like the willow with the little buds on it. And all you can really see is the forget-me-nots, the leaves of the daffodils and the heads of the daffodil flowers. So I think I'll do it sideways because I like the way the leaves sort of look like a woven basket or something, living woven basket. So most of the dress is going to be that evergreen forest, and then it's going to have a couple of the tiers of the skirt are going to have a couple of bits of the daffodils going around them. I think that would look really pretty. So yeah, there you go. That's I actually still have probably enough fabrics to do one more fabric haul, but that's it for today. Oh, and I also have this plain black felt that my camera does not want to focus on. Here we go. This way you can see it. So it's just plain felt, and normally I buy it in those little squares, but they had it on the roll, so I was like, okay. And it's synthetic, so if it rained it would be okay. But see this jacket here, I have the same again but in clear flowers, and I think I'm going to use them on that because there's that Audrey Hepburn movie, Sabrina, and by that time she was working with the French designer Givenchy, and she has this gorgeous white dress with black floral designs on it. It is just beautiful. And yeah, I was going to do sort of the opposite. I'm not going to ever wear a white dress, or I might occasionally wear a black and white tweed, but I'm much more likely to wear a black jacket. So I'm going to do a black jacket, and instead of using white flowers, which I don't know, I just not really very me, I'm going to do clear ones, which will give the same effect, but it will be less in your face. I do have some pale pink sequins, and I was thinking about using that instead of white, but I've decided to go with the clear ones. So this is me showing you what the flowers look like on white compared to black. So it really does change the nature of each of the beads. But at this point I was too lazy to get the clear ones out, because I was like, I didn't really have time. As you can see, I'm losing the light, and I didn't really have time to film all the fat quarters, so I'll save them for another day. But yeah, so I decided to go and get the clear beads. I also have some clear frosted ones, but I've obviously put them in a safe space, so I can't find them. So these are just the clear ones, and they're sort of bridal ones, I think. So some of them have got that bridal AB finish on them. So some of them are sequins, and some of them are bead style. So the sequins, yeah, you can really see that AB finish. And the larger daisy ones, this is what they look like on white tissue paper. That was what they look like on the red. And this is what they look like on the black. So they really do look like white, in my opinion, even though they're clear. And I just think, like, if you use those clear ones at the front there on any other colour, they just wouldn't look like anything at all, really. Whereas on black, they look awesome. I really like the way they look. And I've got these cut glass, like crystal cut beads as well, that in clear. So I'm just not sure what colour thread I should use. I do have invisible thread, which is basically like fishing wire, but it is so difficult to use. It's nylon, so it's a little bit stretchy, and It's impossible to tie. It knots itself all the time. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll use black thread, but I'm not sure. It really depends what colour beads you use. I have clear ones with AB finish, so like those sequins that sort of, I mean, it looks blue in this light, but sometimes it looks pinkish. It's sort of like an opal or a pearlized finish. Anyway, so that's what I'm thinking for that jacket and the black felt. So that's it for my fabric haul. I hope you enjoyed. Lots of jackets and dresses. I did mean to make some shirts, and I do have some lovely shirt patterns. Maybe then I could wear this under one of my dresses that, like, I've got, gosh, at least a dozen different black and white and grey dresses already. But I don't know. I just think it will make such a pretty vintage dress. And that one is definitely going to become maybe the base for a Bolero jacket, the short sleeve Bolero jacket. Then I bead it over in the same colours. Oh, and then of course, because I'm like 10 beads away from finishing this jacket finally, I decided to take a bit more footage of it up close. So here it is, and yeah, I think I've done a lot on the shoulders. The flowers are twisted wrongly. I'll just move some of the red ones so that it sort of looks like straight lines at the moment there. That's a little bit better. The lilies are sitting correctly. I might add a few more in there. Anyway, so yeah, I'm a little too fascinated by it. Here we go. You can see, now that I've angled it slightly, you can see how three-dimensional it is. And you can see those daisies that I put up on the shoulder. And the gaps, there's a couple of gaps in the top of the back. And just there, you can see where I'm just got a little bit more to go. But I'm really happy with it. I kind of want to make a matching purse, but obviously I've used up all these beads, so it's going to be in a different colour. But yeah, I love this. It's just so fascinating to me. I'm going to be the world's most boring person when I wear it, because I'll just be looking down at my own jacket. Oh, and here's me poking the jacket so you can see what it looks like when I move. Yeah. I love those little tulips, so I finally used them all up. There are just thousands upon thousands of beads in this. It's astounding. Okay, I am really going to go now. I hope you enjoyed watching my fabric haul and it inspired you to rifle through your fabric stash and get out some of your fabrics and use them. I like how the light impacts this jacket and really changes the colours in it. I'm quite happy with it. It still doesn't have a name. Maybe magenta. Magenta's a good name and it's a one-word name. But maybe it'll always remain hot pink metallic. Who knows? Time will tell. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, happy sewing or happy beading.